All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever just stopped and wondered, what's my real place in the grand scheme of things? Well, today we're diving into a really fascinating spiritual framework from the writings of Feng. It offers a unique perspective on our ultimate relationship with, well, everything. And that's the big question, right? What is our true relationship with the universe? This is what we're going to unpack. We're going to take this journey together, starting from the massive cosmic scale and bringing it all the way down to our personal, intimate connection with the source of it all. Okay, first up, our cosmic family tree. The idea here is pretty simple. To figure out who we are, we first have to understand the spiritual hierarchy we're a part of. So check this out. The framework suggests that there's this cosmic hierarchy. At the very top, you've got the greatest creator, the source of everything. But here's the twist. Humanity wasn't created directly by the creator. We were actually created by these beings called the gods, who act as direct managers for us. Think of it like a cosmic org chart. We don't report directly to the CEO of the universe. There's some middle management in between. And this is where it gets really interesting. It says our physical bodies, the way we look, it's all designed in the image of these gods, our celestial managers. But the creator itself, totally formless. It doesn't have one set shape. It can be anything and everything. Now, this whole setup introduces a major conflict that pretty much defines our experience here on Earth. Our world is being managed by one of these gods, but there's another one that's constantly running interference, always getting in the way. So our existence is this constant push and pull. And here's how that conflict breaks down. You've got these two dueling forces. On one side, there's the God of Light, who's all about our long-term destiny, pushing us toward truth, goodness, and spiritual freedom. But then you've got the God of Darkness, who is all about the short game, money, power, fame, status, all the things that can distract us from our real purpose. Sound familiar? It's basically that classic struggle we all feel between our better angels and our immediate desire. All right, next section, the law of karma. So you might be thinking, if these gods are always fighting it out, how does anything stay fair? Well, this framework says the creator put an impartial system in place that rises above all that drama, the law of cause and effect.
What this means is that the creator isn't some cosmic micromanager pulling all the strings. Nope. Instead, we live under this one fundamental, impartial law. And in this system, our free will is everything. Every thought, every action, it's like we're sending out a signal, and the universe just acts like a perfect mirror, reflecting that exact same energy right back at us. We are literally the architects of our own lives.
Okay, I know that sounds a little abstract, so to make it super concrete, the text gives us this simple but powerful little story about an injured rabbit. So imagine this. You're walking down the road and you see an injured rabbit. Right there, you have a choice. You can help it, you can just ignore it and walk by, or you could even harm it. Each choice sends a totally different signal out to the universe. And here's the consequence. The universe will return that exact same energy to you later. Helping brings help your way. Ignoring it brings indifference when you need a hand. It's a perfect reflection. There's an old proverb in the text that just nails this idea perfectly. It translates to, you reap what you sow. And it's that simple. It is a direct one-to-one cosmic transaction. You can't plant cucumber seeds and expect to get watermelons. What you put in is exactly what you get out. But, and this is a huge but, there's a catch. This law requires focus. Just kind of wanting something isn't enough. The text gives this great image of a little catfishing who gets distracted by butterflies. If your attention is divided like that, your energy is scattered, and you get nothing. The universe responds to sustained, focused intention, not just fleeting wishes. Okay, let's move on to our final section, connecting with the creator. We've talked about the cosmic family tree and the rules of the game, so to speak. But the big question remains, how do we actually bridge that gap and connect with the source of it all? And this is where we get into a really cool paradox. When we think about physical distance, the creator is described as being like immeasurably far away. We're talking beyond 27 billion light years. It's just mind-boggling. But then when we talk about spiritual distance, there is none. Zero. We are one with the creator, just like a finger is part of your body. It's a part of you. There's no separation. So if there's no spiritual distance, how do we bridge the feeling of a gap? The key word here is resonance. It's all about getting on the same frequency as the creator. The analogy used is perfect. Think of a radio or a TV. You can't just wish for a station to come in. You have to physically turn the dial and tune to the right frequency to get the signal. It's the same idea here. This concept is called being on the same frequency.
It's the core principle of spiritual resonance. Your thoughts, your intentions, your whole inner state, they have to align with the Creator's frequency to make a clear connection. It's not about shouting into the void and hoping someone hears you. It's about carefully, intentionally tuning your inner self.
So how do we do that? The text lays out 2 practical paths to get on that frequency. First, there's meditation. This is that deep internal work of quieting your mind, contemplating life's big questions, and really trying to merge your consciousness with the Creator's. And the second path is prayer, a silent, private conversation where the goal is to align yourself with the Creator's will, not just ask for stuff.
Now, when it comes to prayer, the intention is absolutely everything. This isn't about writing a letter to Santa Claus. It's a tool for spiritual alignment. It has to be sincere, private, and silent. You start with gratitude, you confess your own failings, and you express a real desire to sync up with the Creator's will. And here's the crucial warning: if you're praying for selfish things, or worse, for harm to come to others, well, you're still tuning into a frequency, but it's not the Creator's. You're dialing into that dark frequency instead.
So let's just pull all this together. This framework gives us a universe where we're part of a cosmic family, with gods as our managers. We're in a constant tug-of-war between forces of light and darkness. Our reality is shaped by our own focused choices through the law of karma. And finally, we can connect directly to the ultimate source, not by shouting, but by tuning our own inner frequency through things like meditation and sincere prayer. And that really leaves us with one final, powerful thought to chew on. If your life is a broadcast, if every single thought, intention, and action is a signal you're sending out into the cosmos, what frequency are you on? What signal are you sending out right now?